First mover Asia, Uniswap fee switch proposal for popular Ether pools stirs up community debate. Some see the proposed pilot project as an important step, while others say it may lead to reduced trading activity. Bitcoin holds steady over $17,000 as latest inflation data and FOMC meeting approach. Good morning. Here's what's happening. Prices. Bitcoin was trading steady over $17,000 as investors awaited the latest consumer price index and U.S. central bank interest rate decision. Insights. Uniswap's governance proposal to pilot turning on a fee switch has received mostly positive reactions, but the community remains cautious. Prices. As big events approach, Bitcoin trades sideways to hold over $17,000 by James Rubin. Crypto markets remained calm over the weekend as investors girded themselves for what will likely be the last significant events on 2022's inflation front, the release of November's Consumer Price Index, CPI, on Tuesday and the U.S. Central Bank's latest interest rate decision a day later. Bitcoin was recently trading at $17,114, slightly below where it stood 24 hours earlier, and when it started the weekend. With just a couple of glitches, the largest cryptocurrency by market capitalization has held firmly above $17,000 for the past 2 weeks as the fallout from crypto exchange FTX's implosion and other industry debacles has slowed. In an email to CoinDesk, Joe DiPasquale, CEO of crypto fund manager BitBull Capital, noted that Bitcoin has managed to hold the 17K threshold, although the CPI, Federal Open Market Committee, FOMC, verdict, as well as the U.S. Labor Department's latest jobless claims report on Thursday could affect prices. With these key events coming up, volatility is expected, but the bias remains to the upside, and we'd like to see $20,000 on the top and respect for $16,000 at the bottom, DiPasquale wrote. Ether was recently changing hands at about $1,275, also roughly unmoved from the previous day, and when the weekend kicked off, other major cryptos were trading slightly to the red, with decentralized network Cosmos Atom recently falling more than 4% and popular meme coin Doge off 3.6%. The CoinDesk Market Index, CDI, an index measuring crypto's performance, recently sank nearly 0.5%. Stocks closed down on Friday following an unexpectedly large rise in November's Producer Price Index, PPI, which calculates monthly wholesale prices. Core PPI, which excludes volatile food and energy prices, rose 0.4%, higher than Wall Street expectations of 0.2%, suggesting that central bank measures to tame inflation have not been fully effective. The tech-heavy Nasdaq and S&P 500 each dropped 0.7%. The University of Michigan's Index of Consumer Sentiment offered a counterpoint to the gloom, rising to 59.1, higher than Dow Jones' projections of 56.5. The index also signaled more upbeat attitudes about inflation. The CPI fell to 7.7% for October, although the decline was not enough to satisfy monetary hawks fearful about the long-term effects of stubborn inflation. The Federal Reserve is widely expected to raise the interest rate 50 basis points, BPS, a decline from its recent diet of 4 consecutive rate increases 75 BPS, although Fed Chair Jerome Powell and other officials have reiterated their commitment to stem rising prices in recent weeks, and investors have fretted about the possibility of steeper, liquidity-squeezing rate hikes in 2023. BitBull's DiPasquale wrote that investors are already expecting a 50 basis points lift, although it could rise further upon the FOMC announcement. Insights. Uniswap fee switch proposal for Ether pools stirs up community debate by Sharjah Malwa. A proposal by crypto exchange Uniswap to test whether reducing trading fees will result in significantly lower volume has attracted a lot of interest from community members and users. The proposal was put forward in July to pilot a fee switch for a small set of Uniswap protocol pools. The vote was postponed until Dec. 1 to allow more time for people to think about it. On December 2, the vote moved forward and the decision was to go ahead with the test. The switch will not increase fees for users, but will retain a small portion of what is currently paid out to liquidity providers, or users who lock up their tokens on Uniswap in exchange for fee rewards. The fee switch, if enabled considering the current conditions, could potentially mean lesser fee earnings for Uniswap's liquidity providers and more rewards for holders of Uniswap's native token UNI, which in turn accrues value for UNI holders. The proposal is a pilot program and is intended to evaluate the impact of turning on the fee switch on trade execution, on a small set of Uniswap pools that utilize USD Coin, USDC, DAI, DAI, and Ether, ETH, over a 120-day period. The experiment will be considered a success, Uniswap's developers said, if trading execution is not diminished for pools with the fee switch turned on. It is one of the many ongoing examples of community-led decisions that dictate the future growth of protocols like Uniswap. Meanwhile, community reactions remain mostly positive, albeit with caution. Some users in favor of The proposal said not moving ahead with the changes meant stifling governance/revenue model innovation, while some expressed concerns that liquidity providers could pull their funds from the platform. One user called the proposal a very important moment for Uniswap, but opined that it was currently the wrong time to execute the move. While we may identify that the fee switch does not or has a minimal negative impact on these metrics for certain pools, taxing LPs certainly cannot help here. I see only downside across the core KPIs, the user, tagged as Jack_Longartso on Uniswap's governance forum, said. They added, the other reason is that this proposal could have very serious and unpredictable negative externalities for the Uniswap community. The Uniswap Foundation's brief discusses the severe lack of clarity for DeFi in the US. It is very possible that this proposal could negatively impact community members like Uniswap Labs, the Uniswap Foundation, and even individuals in the community. I don't think the proposed exploration is justifiable amidst these uncertainties. Important events. 3 p.m. HKT/Sergeant 7 o'clock UTC, United Kingdom Gross Domestic Product, MOM/October, 3 o'clock a.m. HKT/Sergeant 1900 hours UTC, United States Monthly Budget Statement, November, 4:25 p.m. HKT/Sergeant 2025 UTC, Bank of Canada's Governor Macklem speech CoinDesk TV. In case you missed it, here is the most recent episode of First Mover on CoinDesk TV. Sam Bankman-Fried agrees to testify before lawmakers. Bitcoin regains $17,000. Sam Bankman-Fried, the former CEO of bankrupt crypto exchange FTX, tweeted, he's willing to testify at a December 13 House Financial Services Committee hearing. CoinDesk's Nick Haleshta had the latest. What's the outlook for the top cryptocurrencies in the new year? First Mover dived into crypto markets with Marcus Thielen of Matrixport, and Polygon Studios CEO Ryan Wyatt, one of CoinDesk's most influential 2022, discussed the big brands jumping into Web3. Headlines. Bitcoin's Lightning Network could be getting a privacy upgrade. One new standard being developed by Blockstream is already running on the company's core Lightning implementation. Crypto.com releases proof of reserves data showing client assets are fully backed. The examination was done by auditing firm Mazars. Grayscale, in the spotlight as GBTC discount widens, says DeFi fund now trading. The debut of the DIF fund in over-the-counter markets comes as Grayscale's largest fund, the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust, GBTC, is trading at a record discount and at the center of crypto market speculation. India looks to coordinate global crypto rulemaking as it assumes G20 presidency. India took over the G20 presidency at the start of the month and now has a year to coordinate international guidelines around crypto. Uniswap Foundation proposes changes to crypto DEX's governance, voting processes. The proposal, which will be brought to a vote next week, aims to reduce friction in governance by reframing the steps that bring proposals to votes.